It's not a new thing to create new games based on classic arcades. Just look around on the internet and you'll see there are hundreds of Space Invaders, Pac-Mans, Centipedes, and so on. Creating clones of these games is one of the best ways to get started in game development, for example, since the gameplay is usually well-defined and straightforward. The programmer can focus on the implementation itself, learning about graphics, collisions, music, and so on. Sometimes, however, seasoned retro game developers want to go back to their roots and pay homage to the classics that influenced them at some point in their lives. During these past few months, we could see the release of 3 of these renditions for the Commodore Amiga: Galaga, Space Invaders, and Nibbler, also known as Snake or Worm game. Tiny Galaga and Tiny Invaders are remakes created by Abyss, a German-based Amiga demo group formed in 1992. Tiny Galaga was released last May, and it was coded by Pink, who is also responsible for the music. Fade 1 did the graphics. The resulting game is only 36 kilobytes of RAM and can run on an LCS Amiga at 50 Hz, or PAL systems. Galaga is a fixed shoot-'em-up developed and published by Namco in 1981. The player controls a starship and the objective is to destroy the Galaga forces while avoiding the incoming wave of ships and missiles. At some point, the enemy can capture the player's ship via tractor beam, which can be rescued to transform the player into a dual fighter. Even with the remake moniker, Tiny Galaga contains a couple of changes like additional bonus collectibles, new music, and sound effects. Since the objective wasn't a straight-up clone, Galaga fanatics will notice that some small gameplay and scoring details are different. Graphics remind me of a Game Boy game, but on a much larger screen. As you can see, the animation is smooth and the music and sound effects perfectly match the gameplay. Another game released this year by Pink is Tiny Invaders, a clone of, guess what? Space Invaders, probably one of the best known arcade games of all time, sharing the spot with Pac-Man, for example. Space Invaders arcade machine was released in 1978, and since then it was ported to any device ever produced that could play a game. The Invaders pixel art is already part of our pop culture, recognized by anyone, even by people that might have never played it. Tiny Invaders was actually developed many years ago, but never released until this year. Differently than Tiny Galaga, this version of Space Invaders features colorful graphics, hundreds of parallax stars, and more than 60 animated objects on the screen at 50 frames per second. Even knowing that the Amiga has plenty of power, it's commendable how Pink managed to put in this version many cool animations, like the explosion effect when killing an invader. Tiny Galaga. Tiny Invader is a perfect game for that quick 5-minute game session while you wait for the next business video conference, or maybe during it, if you keep the volume low, right? The last arcade conversion is Super Wormy, a snake type of game. This time around, the game doesn't claim to be a clone, but an entirely new development based on a well-known premise to control your worm or snake on the screen, making it eat all the food that it can find. The catch is that as you eat, the worm will grow in length, making it hard to find the best path to keep going without hitting the screen border or worse, bite itself and die. You know the drill. Super Wormy features updated graphics, considering the Amiga era of course, and excellent music and sound effects. I found the control could be a bit more precise though, as it looks like you have to press the button one tile before the lane you want to turn to. Maybe that was on purpose to add more challenge to the game, I don't know, but more than often I found it frustrating. One of the many qualities of the game is the minimap that helps you to know where the pills are. Super Wormy was created by the English Amiga board user Coagulus, and according to him, the game will only work on emulators for now, configured with 1 MB of RAM and 1 MB of fast RAM. Coagulus has also released the level editor, where you can modify any of the levels of the game and create new ones using your imagination. The editor is straightforward to use, offering 4 options for your levels: floor, walls, pills, and the starting position of the snake. Using the mouse, you select the desired item and place it on the map. Simple like that. After you're done creating your levels, you can save them and try them directly on the game. If you like what you see and want to try yourself, I will provide the links in the description below. If you like this video, please make sure to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.